That's a big bottle of water. Alright YouTube, what's the story? It's Example. Welcome back to another video. Thank you very much for clicking on the video. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about the FUT Champs system that is currently in place this year. Bit of a weird one, isn't it? Yeah. So we're going to talk about it a little bit more in depth. But I'm also going to be opening 20 by 2 rare gold players packs while I talk about it. So this is just a little intro before we get into it, you know. Big Edwin, I hope you're having a great day, mate. He's very quiet. It is early in the morning, so he might be asleep. He might be standing, but cows do fall asleep standing up. So that's something you may not have known. Anyway, yeah, so obviously I have a lot of things to talk about. I've played a lot of games myself and have not great... Well, it just hasn't gone very well, has it? If you caught my stream yesterday, you'd know that. But yeah, boys and girls, we're going to kick on to the packs. And I'll meet you over there. Are you ready? Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. All right, you can see me. This is my look at my sub goal. Yeah, we're going up, baby. We're moving on the Twitch scene. But yeah, so pretty much I'm gonna start off talking, and I'm gonna open some packs while I do it as well. So I'm gonna just go through what I think is bad. All right. So first of all is what do I think is bad with the FUT Champs system that is currently in place? And the thing is, yeah, it's bad, but like the awful rewards for people that like, you know, top tier players, all right? So 16 and 4 is the maximum that you can retrieve if you were like a top tier player. So that means the last 4 games for them are pretty much redundant, you know what I mean? And the rewards are just Elite 1. And now I get it. Like I think 16 and 4 is fair for Elite 1 rewards. But these guys are class and they get 20 and 0 and all this stuff. Like nobody has any kind of motivation to get 20 and 0 this year. And that makes sense because there's nothing really to do once you hit 16 wins. So I'd like to see something be put in place. Now that isn't the case for everyone, you know, so some people can't get in due to the system being so long and difficult. And the reward to time ratio just really isn't worth it. So like I know some content creators that weren't able to play this weekend, you know, FUT Champs, which is awful for them. Like, what are they supposed to do instead when all the hype is around the first weekend, the first Champs weekend of the year? What are they supposed to do for that weekend instead? I kind of feel bad for them. You know what I mean? Like they're supposed to rely then on rivals and FUT draft rewards, or like just playing them games, which I don't think it's really cool. I don't think it's nice. I really wouldn't like to be them in this situation because they've just been taking 2 to 3 days of content from them. And now, what do they have to do? Very little. And I don't even know what the hell they're doing this weekend. So, another thing that I would love to mention is, man, let me just, right before I continue, I was 3 and 4 yesterday in the weekend league, all right? And that's fine, all right? I don't mind losing. I'm pretty good at losing. So 3 and 4 is easily the worst possible thing for me. You know what I mean? That's like awful. It was really funny actually. But like 3 and 4 is actually that bad that like you should be embarrassed to say it. You know, like coming from me, I'm top 250 in the world in rivals, you know, in the elite division. And I was playing against guys that were running straight and I overcomplicated every single situation and it wasn't a good day. But again, it's meaningless at the end of the day. Like I'm going to get 12 wins, I'm going to get elite rewards pretty much. So it's fine. You know what I mean? So I'm happy enough. But yeah, this game just needs a patch badly. You know what I mean? Like it really does. Like all I was really playing against. Oh my god, that's a great pack. Oh my god. Alright, well, we just packed Kevin De Bruyne. Well, that's lit. Alright, well, this is going down a treat. What a video. Alright, hello De Bruyne. Welcome to the team. That's crazy, look. Alright. Well, we'll keep on continuing. De Bruyne, welcome in. But yeah, the game does need a patch because, like, when I was playing, guys, yesterday, the drop back counter from corners, you know, keepers in the box, they were all so good and I was struggling to score. And then the guys would just counter me and score. You know what I mean? So that wasn't fun. I just didn't enjoy that. And I know a patch is coming and hopefully it will help. So that's fine. I'm just saying, like, this game really does need a patch. You know, because it's not easy to break down people when they really don't want to come out to you. So, yeah, not exactly fun. And is again, another decent pack. Again, if there's no content for people on the weekends, gameplay wise, like I just want to emphasize, if you're a content creator or even a player itself, you know, like what are you going to do on the weekends if you're not playing FUT Champs now? And especially like there's only 20 games, you probably get them done. And like if you get 12 and 5, all right, that means you don't need to play any more games. So that's like an hour less of content as well for you. So like it is great in that way, but we'll talk about that later. All right, and then the next thing is, which is hilarious. Did anybody see when the red picks went down yesterday? The red picks were down for like, they're still down for 24 hours or something now. So how funny is that, man? like they were tradable for what, the first hour I think, and then they were taken down. Like I seen a red sun on the market for 600k. I seen some Azpilicuetas, and like how ridiculous is that? I think that's the third year in a row now where the first weekend that has happened. I seen Danny Aaron's actually bought a 600k sun, and I just, how has that happened again? You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Like how have EA allowed that to happen every year? You know, it's almost like they want people to do that. I don't know why, but yeah. And another thing that I saw a lot of this weekend is DCs, man. I've seen so many people get disconnected. Now I'm only speaking from my Twitter feed, so like maybe, you know, the ratio is probably very low, but from what I've seen, man, people were getting disconnected left, right, and center. And that's just awful. Like, again, how many years now? Who's this? Informed Trap. I'll take a little team of the week. 84 rated too. Welcome to the team. Yeah, like 3 years now you get disconnected and nothing really occurs from it. Joe Gomez as well. What a pack, man. Jesus Christ, these are absolutely stacked right now. Anyway, like 3-4 years now, you know, if you get disconnected, you take the L. You know, there's no discrepancies. It's just bang. You know, black and white. That's it. You've lost this game. And I just think that's not really fair. And whatever, man, you know what I mean? I don't know how they can go around that. But, like, can they not even have, like, a reporting system where something's happened and then, you know, something could come of it that way? But I guess not. And then, obviously, the next thing, and what's bad, was the false rumor that went around about being able to play more than once. In a single weekend. Everybody was like, oh, you can play. Who's this? Oh, I for some reason thought something else. But yeah, the false rumor of, oh, you can play more than once in a single weekend. And I really like the idea of that. But it wasn't the case. And it isn't the case, all right? So don't think it's possible, because it's not. So I was just maybe thinking, like, who even started this? Why did it take EA so long to even, you know, tell us if it was true or not? There's a walkout. Who's that? Biscuits. I'll take a walkout. So yeah, like, again, you know, just lack of communication on their part. Mason Mount, let's go. Just lack of communication to tell us or not, you know. But enough about, you know, what is bad, all right? A lot of things are bad, probably more. If there's anything else I've missed out on, do let me know. But let's talk about what's good, all right? And there is a few things to mention. So for the lower tier players, they get elite rewards for 12 and 8, which is amazing, man. You know what I mean? Because that's essentially gold 1. And that I'm happy for them. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of have to be, but like, left back, no. I just think it's great for them, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. Lower tier players are going to be really happy with the current scenario of the game, and I would be if I was them too. And as well, you know, for the casuals and stuff like that, you know, not having to spend so much of your weekend playing FUT Champions, and it's amazing, even for me, to a certain degree. Like, obviously, I love the content and more time to stream and stuff like that, and have something that's, you know, a lot of hype behind it. But like, for a lot of casuals, it's great because these guys don't have a lot of weekend to spare when they have to play all these games. So it's nice to see that, you know, people, not everybody will take a plus out of that, but, you know, certain people will. The majority will. And yeah, I can moan all I want, but that is a really cool thing, that people will be able to spend more time doing things that they enjoy, getting out, getting exercise, spending time with family or friends. It's all very important, you know. So and another plus definitely is you only actually have to play one game at the max elo for max rewards, you know. So for 16 and 4, the max elo this year is 15 and 0, or 15 wins, and all you have to play is one game at 15 to get the max 16, which is cool, you know what I mean? You don't have to actually play somebody cracked for like 15 games, which is nice, I guess. And then another thing that I think is really good is being able to join during the weekend whenever you want. You know, you can come and go whenever you please. I think that's really good, a really good idea. It should have been implemented probably a long time ago, but it's definitely a plus, you know what I mean? Because 2 years ago, it was, you had 24 hours. No, you didn't have any. 2 years ago, if you didn't book in before like the first day, you were Dunsky. You know what I mean? If you forgot to redeem your champs, you were done. Last year it was 24 hours, and this year it's whenever. So it's getting better and better every single year, and that's great as well. You know what I mean? And it's exactly the way it should be. So I'm just going to talk quickly about the solutions that I think could be possible for EA to make. So firstly, I would love if they made it possible to play more than once in a weekend, because if we had that option, I think a lot of people would avail of it. But also, like, how cool would it be? How cool would it be to be able to play more than once in a weekend? And it would keep a lot of the hype around champs, I think. And I don't see why you couldn't. If somebody's willing to put in the grind to do it, why not? You know, like, just more power to them, you know? So, I think that's fair. And EA, I think they should think that's fair as well. If somebody's willing to put in the effort in one single weekend, they should be allowed to do that, you know? And the next thing that I would, you know, use as a solution... Oh, my God, Konate. Holy shit, I didn't see him. That's fantastic. All right, well, that's actually really good. He'll get a decent little upgrade. I'm happy with that. All right, cool. Well, nice. Another thing, yeah, so I would love if they scrapped... Let me just look at the stats real quick. I would love if they scrapped the Rivals point system, all right? So you need to build up 1,500 points in FUT Champs to... in Rivals to then qualify for the FUT Champions playoffs, where you have to go 5 and 4 to then qualify for FUT Champions finals on the weekend. I don't understand the point that they have with that. Like, why? Why have they added that? I understand it last year was 2,000 FUT Champs, no, Rivals points to get into FUT Champs on the weekend. But if we have the 9 games that you have to play, which are not easy games, by the way, why do we have to play and make up the 1,500 Rivals points? It doesn't make sense to me very much. I think they should just scrap the Rivals points completely, because if we have the 9 games where you go 5 and 4, the only people that will go 5 and 4 are those that are actually playing Rivals. You know what I mean? Because if they're not playing Rivals and they're not high enough, they won't get through anyway. So why is Rivals even a question here? If you're not good enough, you won't get through the 9 games anyway. You know, so that doesn't make sense that you have to build up the points. You're just putting yourself, you know, at a disadvantage, and you're not allowing people that don't have loads of time to build up the 1,500 points to actually play. Another thing I would mention is buff the Rivals rewards. Or even make more of them. So, like, you know the way it's max 7 wins at the moment, where, like, oh, you need 7 wins and then you get the max rewards for your division or rank. That shouldn't be the case. I think, well, it should be the case. Like, you should definitely have a 7 wins like milestone, I guess, every week. But why not 14? Why not 31? Why not? You know, what's the reason for that? I think, like, you're not going to put anybody off. You're just adding more. You're not taking anything away. You're just adding more. And I think they really should put at least a 14 in there. We have 3, we have 7. Put a 14 in, because none of the rewards in Rivals are good enough just yet. So we need that extra boost, that extra buff. And you're not going to pay out more for the same rank. You're just going to pay out more for somebody playing more. And nothing's wrong with that, in my opinion. The next thing I'm going to say is you could possibly make an elite tier system like Rivals in Champs. So after the 20 games, you're allowing somebody to possibly play. You know what I mean? You're allowing somebody to possibly play more if they're at, like, say they reach 60 points or something. They reach 60 points in the Champs. Then they unlock the Elite Division for that weekend alone. They unlock the Elite Champs finals for that week alone. I think it's an idea. Do I know if it'll work? No. It's just an idea. It's just a way for more people to get more content out of the weekend that they have. That's tradable. That's nice. So yeah, that's just another thing I'd probably mention. And the last thing I'd mention is the gaps are too big, allowing for a lot of Rivals. Like, you know what I mean? The gaps are too big in Champs, you know, between each rank, which allows for, like, a lot of free wins being given away. And is that a good thing? Not necessarily. I don't think free wins are ever really good. Now, fair enough, if somebody gets them, they get them. But, like, say you're 12 and 5, you have 3 games to spare, you're going to give them away. You're 16 and 0, you have 4 games to spare, you're going to give them away. And should that be the case? Not really. They should just add more ranks again. They should add more ranks. I don't understand why. Like, there's nothing wrong with giving more. You know, you're just adding more competition to get to certain ranks. You're not taking anything away from any rank. So I don't understand why that hasn't been implemented either. Which is fair enough. Like, they've tried and they're starting something new, which is completely fair. Are they doing a good job? Not exactly yet. No. But there's stuff there that's definitely positive. You know, like lower tier players getting a better elite, like, rewards, and only having to play 1 game at max elo, able to enjoy your weekend a bit more, which is all positives in my opinion. You know, so that's the end of today's video, boys and girls. Appreciate you for listening and watching and all that lovely jazz. Obviously, we have these packs here. I'm going to open these at 6 p.m. on stream on Twitch, so if you want to watch them, come over then. And as well, boys, I did pack Kevin De Bruyne there, and Firmino and Konate. So, nice Premier League players pack there. Out of them 20 by 2 rare gold players packs. Thank you very much for watching the video, boys. If you think of something that I haven't said in this video about FUT Champs, do let me know. Cheers for watching. Thanks very much. It's been example. Good luck.